Good morning, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is September 22nd. It's a Tuesday, 7:36 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. Well, on the daily chart for Bitcoin, we have found a bounce point maybe on the daily. So far today, we are a green candle. And do note where we bounced. There has been previous support and resistance where we bounced. So maybe this is a real bounce. We're still above the 200 moving average on the daily. That's a good thing. MACD is almost turned negative, but not. We definitely have an opportunity to, well, save the day, start moving back up. We shall see. Let's start over here at Coin 360. We can see, well, a green day, but I would say just barely green. Look at Bitcoin up 0.69%. ADA, wow, up 5%. BNB up 5%. Ethereum up 1.2%. So we're starting to see some recovery, but yet the day is young. Let's see how it goes. Uh, Last 24 hours, Bitcoin volume, trading volume, 1.3 billion basically, not too bad. Most of that happening on Binance, 706 million worth. And then Coinbase, still a player in the world, the AOL of exchanges, 175 million. And Kraken, who's making big news recently, 117 million. Not bad at all. Now, looking over here, Blockchain Whispers, 34% longs and 65% shorts. So you can see where sentiment is over where all the volume is on Binance. So sentiment is still short overall. Now, let's look at the S&P 500 and the Russell 2000. S&P 500 opening today with a little green doji, and Russell 2000 opening today with a little green doji. MACD is still negative on the daily for both of those. It's, the day is still young. Inside with Bitcoin, as you can see, we did bounce where there has been support and resistance previously. Now, if I get rid of that, you can see a little bit more clearly. We have a bounce going. MACD's just hanging on barely positive. We shall see. The day is young. We need a little bit more time to see if this is going to actually continue being an uptrend. But at least if we look at the shorters on Binance, they figure it's going to go down more. We shall see. I truly think we just don't know. All we can do is see what is at this moment until the waters settle a little bit. Looking at gold, looking at silver. So gold up here, opening today. It's still a small doji, but we shall see. This still could go either way. Gold and silver both look like they could have a positive or negative day. We shall see. Gold here up top, little red doji, and silver, well, a little bit more of a pronounced red doji there. Still both above the 200 moving average on the daily. That's a good thing. We shall see. So we open today with a bit of an indecisive market, except for this mnemonic shit. The dollar, through this global calamity happening in the markets, look at that. The dollar continues to pump. I don't know what's going on, but it doesn't look natural to me. So once again, on the daily, we have a little green doji, a little green candle there. Looks kind of nice, pretty stout, pretty confident in itself there on the daily chart. Let's look at a 4-hour. On a 4-hour, it is beautiful upwards trends, but beautiful upwards channel. We're getting ready to channel this 200 moving average of the white one, but of course this dump happened and boom. But look, it does appear that we are beginning to see some sideways on the 4-hour chart, and we are getting sideways where we have had previous support and resistance. So that gives me a bit of confidence that it may continue sideways and maybe start to challenge this 200 moving average again if things go positively. Directional index definitely negative, and the ADX is at 20. Like to see the ADX get above 25 and see some green directional index candles here in the 4-hour and start to challenge this channel again, get back in it, and especially get over this 200 moving average. I do think it's very interesting right here. The 200 moving average and the upwards channel are almost meeting right here, if you notice. So, let's hope for a better day. We were almost above that 200 moving average in the 4-hour. That would have been great, but well, as you can see, it didn't work out. But that's what I'm looking at. I think when we get back up here in around 11,000, slightly above, once we can get above this 200 moving average in the 4-hour and start feeling confident that is support, I think we'll definitely see alts, etc., start to really rock, and that will for sure be a healthier place for Bitcoin to be. All right, looking at the 4-hour chart for immediate price action, Well, things were going well. We were cruising above the moving average. The white moving average there was wonderful. As you can see, very pronounced here on the short time frame. Boom, what a dump. But, well, I am noting that we are. I like to see this as far as are we done dumping? That I think only time will tell exactly. We need a little bit more, a few more hours, except to know if we're done dumping. But if we do note, um, we are at a place of previous support and resistance. That's where I like to. That's where usually I find that a dump or a pump is going to rest a bit. So 45-minute chart, very very short time frame, but it does show a lot as to immediate price action. And there we go. Directional index is still negative, but it's starting to trend in a more positive direction, even in its negativity. And of course, the ADX, which I don't like to see, it is. Well, actually, what I should say, I do like to see this when, especially on a short time frame, as you can see earlier, when Bitcoin was dumping, the ADX was pumping. And so when those two are aiming at each other, that is velocity, especially when, for dumping, that definitely denotes velocity to me. Now you've got some sideways in a short time frame, and the ADX is starting to lower. So while we're also starting to get shorter negative candles on the directional index, so we shall see. It seems like Bitcoin may have found a spot of support where it's going to hang out, um, and sideways will definitely, I think, build momentum towards a positive correction. Today, a little green doge there for Bitcoin. Not bad to see after that big dump, but moves like this in Bitcoin, if you look recently here back on the daily, these are not uncommon, not the end of the world. I mean, I will say that being above the 2 moving average is just a rocking thing here in the daily. That always is pretty much a healthy place to be. MACD is still positive. If we can get this MACD to start opening up, the blue opening away from the red, especially if we can get it above the midline here, the whole thing, that's going to be very, very positive for Bitcoin on the daily. So that is my view this morning. Take care, everybody.